Hello everyone. I feel that this is the right chapter to discuss in the present scenario where we all of us are facing the deadly coronavirus. Definitely I can say the lifestyle what we are leading presently now is not a very good lifestyle. Wearing a mask is very important to protect ourselves from this deadly coronavirus. Good health increases what? Longevity of life. Who doesn't want to live for a long time? Yoga is a very important part of our life now. Say the symptoms, then only the doctor will be able to diagnose the disease and give proper medication. Hello everyone. Welcome back to a new chapter 8 of your syllabus called Human Health and Disease. Myself, B. Shobharani from the Department of Biology, Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence. What are we going to study in today's session 1 of this new chapter called Human Health and Disease? I feel that this is the right chapter to discuss in the present scenario where we all of us are facing the deadly coronavirus. And all of us know that how difficult it is for us to live among this coronavirus and to maintain a very good health in spite of this coronavirus around us. So what are the preventive measures we need to take to protect ourselves from this coronavirus? As you know, we need to wear mask and also we need to maintain social distancing and stay home and stay safe. So I feel that this is the right chapter to discuss about what is human health and what are diseases. So what are we going to discuss in today's session? We are going to discuss about what is health. As I said, right now maintaining a good health and also to maintain a good immune system to fight against this deadly virus called corona is again a challenge for the human being. So what is health and what is diseases? And what are the measures we need to take to maintain good health? And not only that, what are the advantages of being healthy? Of course, being healthy is more advantageous, right? What do you mean by disease? And what are the types of diseases? How do we classify the diseases? As you know, the diseases are definitely going to disturb our normal life. So all these very important concepts I am going to discuss in today's session 1 of chapter 8 called Human Health and Disease. Let me start with the first slide. Now what is health? Biology states that mind influences neural system, endocrine system and immune system, and it is this immune system which maintains good health. As I said, health is very important for us. We need to maintain good health. Why? What is the reason for maintaining good health? Only when we have good health, we can lead a very happy life. Right? Now, according to biology, what does biology state? States that mind influences through neural system and through endocrine system and finally the immune system to maintain health. So, hence, mind and mental state can affect our health. So what is it? Mind and mental state is going to affect our health. Now what are the factors that is responsible for the cause of ill health or why we are not able to maintain good health or health is affected by various factors? Now let us discuss one by one. What are the factors that influence or that is going to affect the health? So what is health? Health is nothing but total well-being, right? It is called as total well-being, free of diseases. But health of course is not only free of or absence of diseases or physical fitness. It is total well-being in all aspects, right? As I said, biology states what does biology state? It states that the mind influences through neural system, through endocrine system and finally through our immune system. As I said, immune system should be very strong. Right now in this present scenario, we are very much responsible to boost our immune system so that we can fight against this deadly coronavirus and live happily, right? So we need to have a very, very good immune system. What is immune system? That which is going to fight against the disease causing organisms like the virus, like the coronavirus. So finally our immune system is going to maintain our good health. Then hence mind and mental state affect our health. Now as I said, what are the factors that are going to affect health? So there are many factors to discuss that is going to affect our health. So let us discuss one by one. First very important factor is the genetic disorder. Second very important is infections. As you know, right now we are prone to the coronavirus infection, right? That is what? What do you mean by that? The virus is nothing but a pathogen. Pathogen means what? Disease causing organism. And definitely lifestyle. Lifestyle is also one of the very, very important reason for where the health is affected. Now let us discuss one by one. So what are the factors? Health is affected by so many factors. One such factor is called genetic disorder. Second one is called through infections, and the lifestyle what we are leading. Definitely I can say the lifestyle what we are leading presently now is not a very good lifestyle, right? Now what is one of the factor, as I said, is genetic disorder. What is this genetic disorder? Maybe due to deficiencies or maybe defects with the child when the child inherits from parents during the time of birth. So genetic disorders are also one reason for the health being affected. May it be deficiency or it may be a genetic defect, right, which is passed on to the child from the parents and during the time of birth. So genetic disorders are also a root cause for where the health is affected. Moving on to the next very important factor that affects health is infection due to pathogens. What do you mean by pathogens? Disease causing organisms. Pathogens are disease causing organisms. Like what? Like bacteria, like virus. So presently we are talking, the talk of the town is what? The coronavirus. Coronavirus, then fungi, right? Then helminths, etc., etc. All these are called as pathogens. So what are pathogens? Pathogens are nothing but disease causing organisms. The organisms which cause diseases in the human beings are called as pathogens. So when we are infected with such disease causing organisms, definitely our health will be affected and will not be able to lead a normal happy life. Then coming across the third very important factor, that is lifestyle. What is this lifestyle? The way we live, right? And in the present scenario, due to this coronavirus pandemic, we are supposed to stay at home, right? As you know, but even when we are staying at home, we need to have very good lifestyle. That is, we need to we need to have good food and water, then take proper rest, and also very important is what? Exercise. Particularly nowadays you might have come across. Nowadays people are leading what we call it as sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle. Sedentary lifestyle. You might have come across even the food habits, like we don't sit in the dining table and have our food. We just have the plate in front of us, in front of a TV channel, and we'll be watching the TV channel and we'll be having a food. So it's a very bad habit. So as I said, even the habits also count for where the health is affected. So what is this lifestyle? Lifestyle includes food habits, and the water, and we are supposed to drink safe water, right? Clean water, uncontaminated water. Then take rest. I think many people you might have come across, many people work throughout the day without taking rest. So definitely even that is going to affect their health, and they may be prone to diseases like they might have this what we call blood pressure, diabetes due to tension and stress. So even all those diseases, this is also going to affect the normal health of an individual. So lifestyle also plays a very great role in maintaining good health of an individual. So we need to maintain a very good lifestyle. So we need to avoid what we call it as sedentary lifestyle. We should include good exercises in our daily life, yoga, etc., etc., which I am going to discuss in the next slide. So how is health affected? Health is affected by many factors. One such factor is what? Genetic disorder. What is it? It may be due to deficiency or defects which the child inherits from parents from birth. So maybe right from the birth we might have some abnormalities or what we call it as disorders which we might have got from the parents. So it is due to genetic disorders. Second, very important, as I said, infections due to pathogens. What are pathogens? The disease causing organisms. They are very much responsible for causing ill health in people, and definitely our health will be affected. Third very important factor is what? Lifestyle. The food what we eat, the water what we drink, and how we take rest and how we do exercises, everything counts for maintaining a good health of the body, right? And even the habits. So we should always develop good habits like getting up early in the morning, right? And having food at correct time and sleeping even at the correct time. So all these are the very, very good habits we need to develop to maintain good health. So habits also account a lot for the maintenance of health. Now moving on to the next very important concept or definition of health. Health, does it mean simply absence of diseases or physical fitness? No, definitely not. The term health, as you know, it is frequently used by everybody. Present, as I said, in the present scenario, maintaining a good health amidst this coronavirus pandemic has become a challenge for us. So we are supposed to maintain a good health. We need to boost our immune system to fight against this deadly coronavirus. So what do you mean by health then? So health does not simply mean what? Absence of diseases or physical fitnesses. So as you know, wearing a mask is very, very important to protect ourselves from this deadly coronavirus. So wearing a mask is compulsory. From avoiding what? From being infected with this coronavirus. And also we need to maintain what? Social distancing. Social distancing. Why? Because the aerosols or the droplets will definitely will cause this disease, right? So we should maintain what we call it as social distancing, wear masks. So it's a very, very important thing which we need to follow now in the present scenario where we all of us are facing this deadly virus called coronavirus. So what is health then? According to this one, health does not simply means what? Absence of disease or physical fitness. Then what is health then? It could be defined as I said, it is a state of total well-being. Well-being in what? In all aspects of life. That is, it could be defined as a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. As I said, it is not just absence of diseases. Both physical and mental health is very, very important for maintaining a good health. Not only physical fitness. So we should also have a very, what you call it, a sound mind, right? So what is health? Health does not simply mean what? Absence of diseases or physical. It is not just physical, being physically fit. So it could be defined as what? A state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. So this term we use in everyday life, but many of us does not know what is health. We simply feel that it is free of diseases. No, it is not just free of diseases. So it counts everything. So all the factors are counted for maintaining a very good health. So what are the advantages of being healthy? Definitely, we'll be more happy when we are healthy. Imagine when you have a slight fever or a cold, we'll not be having a normal life. So we find that there is some discomfort in us. So definitely, when people will be very happy when we are healthy. So what are the advantages of being healthy? So a person who is healthy will be more efficient in work. Definitely, physical fitness is very, very important for us to do work. So when we are healthy, definitely we'll be doing more efficient work. And what is this efficient work leading to? This efficient work will lead to what? Productivity. So good things happen when we are healthy and when we are more efficient in our work. Just imagine in a company or in a factory, when people are healthy, definitely the productivity will be more. And what will this productivity will lead to? Will lead to what? Economic prosperity. Definitely it is going to increase the economy of a country. Staying healthy, being healthy is very, very important for a person, even for the productivity and for the increase in the, or for what? For economic prosperity. We can say economic prosperity of a country definitely depends upon this health, a factor called health. Because of this coronavirus, most of the businesses are affected. So definitely the economy of a country is affected due to this coronavirus. So not only that, very, very important, good health increases what? Longevity of life. Who doesn't want to live for a long time, right? Everybody, whoever is born, want to live for a longer time. So what is that root cause for longevity? It is good health. Only, not just health, good health. Good health increases what? Longevity of people and reduces what? Obviously, when people are healthy, definitely it reduces what? Mortality rate. May it be the infant mortality rate or maternal mortality rate. It is going to reduce what we call it as mortality. So health increases what? Very important, longevity of life. We are going to live for a longer time. But as I said, amidst this coronavirus pandemic, living itself, like it has become a challenge for us, right? So we need to maintain good health, and good health is going to increase longevity of life. We are going to live for longer years and happy years also, and reduces what? Mortality rate. May it be infant mortality rate or maternal mortality rate. Then very, very important is balanced diet. What do you mean by balanced diet? The food what we consume should contain nutrients in proportionate manner, and such food which contains the nutrients in proportionate manner is called as a balanced diet. Like the food what we take should contain all the nutrients in correct proportion. So then what is the correct proportion of a balanced diet? For example, I think all of us know we take food in the form of carbohydrates, we take food in the form of proteins, lipids, and as you all know, vitamins and enzymes are synthesized by the body itself through the food what we take. So what should be the balanced diet? So what is the composition of the food what we have to take? What is the correct proportion of food what we have to take? Carbohydrates 64%, then protein 14%, then lipids, or what we otherwise call it as fats, should be in 21%, and vitamins and minerals should be of 1%. So total it is 100%. So this total 100% we call it as a balanced diet. Right. So the food what we eat should be very important, not just eating, right? So what is the right proportion of food what we are eating is a very important thing to be noted. So as I said, balanced diet. What is balanced diet? The food what we consume should contain the nutrients in proportionate manner. Such a food is called as balanced diet. So what should be the carbohydrates? Like what is the proportion of carbohydrate we have to take daily? It should be, that is, in our plate, it should have carbohydrates of 64%, proteins of 14%, then lipids or fats of 21%, and as I said, vitamins and enzymes are also synthesized by the food what we eat should be of 1%. If not, it may lead to what? Deficiency diseases. So what is very important? So when we are healthy, we'll be more efficient in work, and this efficiency increases what? Productivity, and productivity will bring what? Will increase what? Economic prosperity. And not only that, good health increases what? Longevity of people and reduces mortality rate, may it be infant mortality rate or maternal mortality rate. And as I said, balanced diet, very important. To keep ourselves healthy, we should have balanced diet. As I already said, balanced diet is a correct proportion of nutrients in the the food. Then personal hygiene, very, very important. We need to maintain personal hygienic conditions to lead a very good, healthy life. As I said, in the present scenario, we are supposed to use what? Mask and maintain social distancing, and also we need to wash our hands frequently, right? All these are the things which we need to maintain. So personal maintenance of personal hygiene is also a very important matter for us to maintain good health. And regular exercises, very, very important. Regular exercises are very, very important. As I said, physical fitness as well as mental fitness is very important. For what are the two very important attributes for health? So regular exercises are very important to maintain good health, right? Next, what are the factors responsible for maintenance of good health or achieving good health? Already I told you, balanced diet. We already discussed about balanced diet. Then we also discussed about what? Personal hygiene. So we need to maintain personal hygiene. Very, very important. And also what we call it as the daily things what we do also should, like even the food what we eat should be free of contaminants, and even the water what we drink also should be safe water. So not only that, even the personal hygiene matters a lot for maintaining good health. Then regular exercise, as I said, very, very important. Then meditation, yoga. Yoga is a very, very important part of our life now. So yoga is not like practice right now, it is practice since time. And this yoga not only achieves what? Physical, but even mental health, both physical and mental health. By doing yoga, we are able to achieve what? Both physical and mental health. You can see the exercises that are being done in yoga here, right? Yoga is a very, very important thing that needs to be practiced. As I said, it is not practice right now, it is practiced since many years, right? To achieve what? To achieve physical and mental health. So what are the factors for maintenance of good health or for achieving good health? Already I have discussed about balanced diet, personal hygiene, and we also should create awareness among other people about maintenance of personal hygiene also. Even in the children, younger children, we need to tell them the importance of maintenance of personal hygiene. Regular exercise, as I said, meditation, yoga, all these other things are the factors which are responsible for maintenance of what? Good health. Then awareness about the diseases. Right now all of us know there are many like we are made aware of this deadly coronavirus through media, through TV channels, right? So we are made aware that we need to wear a mask to protect ourselves from being infected with this deadly coronavirus. So awareness about the diseases is very, very important. Maintenance of social distancing, and also like we need to keep our hands clean. So all these are the things which we need to maintain. That is this is nothing but what? Awareness that is created about the diseases. And vaccination, proper vaccination is very, very important, right? So whenever, and I think right now we are waiting for a vaccine for coronavirus. Hope that day will come soon where definitely we will not be afraid of this deadly coronavirus. So even vaccines also play a very great role for maintenance of good health. So if at all there is a vaccine for coronavirus, I think then it will we need not worry so much like how we are worried right now, right? So if at all there is a vaccine for coronavirus, to some extent where we can reduce being infected with this coronavirus. And proper disposal of waste, very, very important. We need to keep our environment clean. So if the environment is not clean or if it is polluted, definitely it is going to affect our health. And as I said, there are many types of pollution, like may it be the air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and even exploitation of the natural resources. All this is going to affect our health. So proper disposal of waste. So all the waste should be disposed properly, right? So that it is not going to affect the health of an individual. Control of vectors, particularly the mosquitoes. So we should see that the stagnant water is not made to, that is we should avoid the water stagnation, because as you know, stagnant water is a breeding place for mosquitoes. So we should make sure that the surroundings where we are living is kept clean, so that we can avoid falling sick or we can avoid falling ill health. right? Then maintenance of hygienic food. So whatever food we eat should be maintained, that is hygienic food we should have, that is clean food, and even water. And the water resources, like even the drinking water what we use at home or elsewhere, should be kept in clean containers so that it is not contaminated with the microorganisms. So all these are the things which we need to maintain, which we need to follow to maintain good health, right? Next, what is a disease then? Till now we were talking about health. So what is health? It is nothing but total well-being, or it is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Then what is disease? Right? So health means what? We say it is free of diseases. Then what is disease? It is a condition in which improper functioning of one or more organs or organ systems of the body is adversely affected. And as we all know that diseases, if at all we are if we are having any diseases, the symptoms will be first shown. That is very, very important. That is, any disease will give rise to what? Various unusual signs and symptoms. Whenever we go to a doctor first asks for the symptoms. So only when we say the symptoms, then only the doctor will be able to diagnose the disease and give proper medication. So disease will always come out with certain symptoms, signs and symptoms, which is very important for us to know about the disease and what is the causative agent for the disease. So what is disease? It is a condition in which improper functioning, may it be one organ or more organ or organ system of the body, is adversely affected. So when the organs are not functioning properly, definitely our body will be affected, and the normal functioning of the body also will be affected, which gives rise to what? Unusual signs and symptoms. As you know, the diseases are caused by a variety of microorganisms, and that is, we can also come across the environmental agents which are responsible for causing diseases. Diseases are caused by many a type of pathogens. As we discussed in the first slide that even health may be affected due to pathogens, due to getting infected with the pathogens. So what are pathogens? Pathogens are nothing but disease causing organisms, right? Now, what is a disease? It is a condition in which improper functioning of one or more organs or organ systems of the body is adversely affected, and it will give rise to what? It is going to give rise to what? Signs and symptoms with which we are able to make out what is the reason for the disease, why we are not able to lead a normal life, what are the discomforts we are going to face when we are infected or when we are having a disease. So as I said, variety of microorganisms and environmental agents are capable of causing what? Diseases. Now let us see the classification of diseases. Diseases can be broadly classified into infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. Infectious diseases can also be called as communicable diseases, and non-infectious diseases can also be called as non-communicable diseases. So we have understood what is the definition of disease. As I said, diseases are broadly classified into two types. One is called the infectious disease, the other one is called non-infectious disease. What do you mean by infectious and non? What is the difference between these two types of diseases? The very word itself will tell you. Infectious, that which is going to spread from an infected person to a healthy person. That is communicable, that which is going to transfer from an infected person to a healthy person. So that is what we call it as infectious diseases. What are infectious diseases? Diseases which are going to be passed on from the infected person to a healthy person is called as communicable diseases. What do you mean by non-infectious diseases or non-communicable diseases? Diseases which are not going to spread from one person to another person. Infectious diseases spread from one person to another person, just like the coronavirus, right? But non-infectious diseases are not going to spread from one person to another person. Hence we use the word called non-communicable. This is communicable and this is non-communicable. So what is a disease? It is a condition in which improper functioning of one or more organs or the organ systems which are going to adversely affect our body and give rise to what? To certain signs and symptoms with which we are able to make out the cause of the disease. And for what is the root cause for the disease? Variety of microorganisms and even the environmental agents are capable of causing diseases. Like maybe if we are prone to deadly rays, UV rays, or even the chemicals also may affect our health. So environmental agents are also capable of causing diseases. And as I said, diseases have been broadly classified into two types. What are they? Infectious diseases and non-infectious. What do you mean by infectious diseases? Diseases which spread from one person to another person. Non-infectious, which is not going to spread from one person to and this infectious particularly from an infected person to a healthy person, spreads from an infected person to a healthy person, and this is not going to spread from an infected person to a healthy person. So as I said, what are infectious diseases? They are also called as communicable diseases. Diseases which are transmitted from an infected person to another healthy person. The disease causing organisms are called as what? Pathogens. So the pathogens are the disease causing organisms which are the root cause for the cause of the disease and which is going to spread from the infected person to a healthy person is called infection. May it be bacteria or viruses, just like the coronavirus, fungi, protozoans and helminths. All these are called as the pathogens or disease causing organisms. Disease causing organism. Anyhow, in the coming session, we are going to study about the bacterial diseases, virus diseases, fungi, protozoans and helminth diseases. So here we can classify the infectious diseases into different types. We are going to classify them into bacterial diseases, viral diseases, fungal diseases. For helminth diseases, 5 protozoan diseases. Like malaria. Malaria is caused by Plasmodium, right? So we classify the infectious diseases into different types. What is that? Bacteria. Based on what? Based on the causative organisms. Causative organisms. What do you mean by causative organisms? The pathogens. What are they? Bacterial diseases, viral diseases, fungal diseases, helminth diseases, that is the worms. Then protozoan diseases. Now moving on to the next very important, that is non-infectious diseases. As I said, it is called non-communicable diseases. Diseases which are not going to be transmitted from an infected person to another person. That is, it does not spread from a person to person is called as non-infectious disease. So here also we can classify the non-infectious diseases into degenerative diseases and even the genetic diseases. Third, allergies. Fourth, that is cancer. And even 5, that is deficiency diseases. Genetic disorders to some extent from parents to children, right? But you don't call it as an infectious disease. Deficiency diseases. So what are non-infectious diseases? Diseases which are not going to spread from a person to person. And how do we classify the non-infectious diseases? We classify into degenerative diseases, deficiency diseases, allergies and cancer, right? Hope you have understood all the concepts what I have explained in today's session. And as I said, this chapter itself is a very, very important chapter for us. And presently, in the present scenario, I think we should know what is the importance of maintaining a good health and what are the important measures we need to take to keep ourselves from this deadly coronavirus, right? So health is a very, very important concept for all of us, right? It is not just to pass out your PUC, but for the maintenance of our daily life also we should know what is health, how we can maintain a good health in our daily life. All these things is very, very important. So what are we going to study in the coming session then? We are going to study about the pathogens. Already I said infectious diseases have been broadly classified into what? Bacterial diseases, viral diseases, fungal diseases, helminth diseases, protozoan. So what are they? They are nothing but the disease causing organ. We are going to study about that with examples. Then common diseases in humans we are going to study. Then next we are going to study about malaria. As I said, malaria is a disease which is caused by a protozoan disease. So what is malaria? What is the life cycle of Plasmodium? All that we are going to study in the coming session, right? Hope you have understood all the concepts what I have explained in today's session. So we'll come out with more very good information in the coming session, right? Till then, goodbye and thank you.